The way he grow with the wrong community. I mean, like, and you have to know how to respect and how to, not too arrogant or anything. I'm not saying that, but sometimes bad company corrupt good character.
Another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
Manny Pacquiao has now joined the growing list of boxing figures calling out Floyd Mayweather over an alleged real estate scam. But Pacquiao didn't stop there. He also opened up about how Mayweather reportedly deceived him financially, following their iconic bout years ago.
I won the fight.
Okay, so tell us, what do you think of Floyd Mayweather Jr. out of the ring, just as a person? How do you view him?
Well, it's for me, it's not good for him that he won like that, and there's a big question in the minds of the.
According to Pacquiao, the original agreement was a 60-40 revenue split, but Mayweather allegedly took 70% instead. Pacquiao says there was no such clause in their contract, yet Mayweather claimed an extra 10% was his reward for winning the bout. This unexpected deduction left Pacquiao with only 30% of the earnings. He tried to resolve the issue outside of court, but all efforts failed. Even the boxing commissions remained silent, offering no support. Eventually, Pacquiao was forced to walk away without justice.
But do you want the rematch in part? How do you view him just as a person, not about the fight, but you've expressed before that you never really liked what he stood for outside the ring as a person, and you would like to defeat him because of that. Is that fair to say?
I'm what I see him outside the ring is of course I don't want to blame him, but
Shifting focus to the alleged $400 million real estate scam, Manny Pacquiao admitted he wasn't fully informed about the details, but had heard from credible sources that several of Floyd Mayweather's ventures, including Mayweather Promotions, are involved in suspicious activity. If you look closely, Pacquiao said, there are too many questionable deals tied to him, even Mayweather Promotions. It barely promoted more than one fighter in years. That says a lot. Having experienced Mayweather's alleged deceit firsthand, Pacquiao said he wasn't surprised by these new allegations. He has called on all companies, organizations, nations, and individuals connected to the matter to take proper action.
big question because of that controversial decision. Although I'm not complaining that what's happening, but I respect like I said, I respect the decision of the judges, but in my belief, in my heart, that I thought I would.
While I had my personal dispute with Floyd, what many people kept saying was that no matter what happens, Mayweather would always walk away untouched, as if he was somehow above the law. I may not have found justice back then, but I genuinely hope the new victims get the accountability they deserve. Maybe I gave up too soon. They should keep pressing until a full investigation is carried out and he's held responsible. Now, whether these new victims decide to take action or not is up to them. But one fan summed it up bluntly. I honestly believe Floyd Mayweather lacks any real character apart from his boxing record. There's nothing admirable about him. If someone like Manny Pacquiao can openly speak out against him, then it's hard to believe Mayweather is innocent. He always tries to outsmart others just to stay on top.
I'm still young, so what I have done and accomplished in boxing, I think it's one of a kind, because to get a different weight division is not that easy. And I'm not trying to boast what I have accomplished in life, but I'm just saying this to repeat. You might forget that the best fighter in the world has a.
But Floyd Mayweather wasn't about to stay silent. In classic Mayweather fashion, he clapped back at the bankruptcy rumors with, The kind of flair only he could deliver. If this is what being broke looks like, then I'll take it for life, he seemed to say, casually hopping aboard his private jet or posing beside one of his 100-plus real estate properties. Despite the swirling allegations of a $42 million scam that many believed would financially ruin him, Mayweather re-emerged in public as if nothing had happened, sharply dressed, grinning with that signature look that practically says, "I make more money just breathing than most do in a year." Speaking at the Real Deal Forum in New York, Floyd didn't just deny the rumors. He dismissed them with theatrical confidence, like a man who treats controversy as just another opponent in the ring.
There's no blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather, and he can tell you that himself. You know, when we talk about Hall of Famer, he's a Hall of Famer, but nobody has the remedy on how to beat Floyd Mayweather. Don't let
Mayweather didn't hold back. He boldly declared, "If being broke means owning 2 private jets, over 100 properties, and living life on my terms, then let everyone be broke with me." For Floyd, it wasn't just a rebuttal. It was a statement of dominance. He made it crystal clear. Not only is his fortune untouched, but he's flaunting it unapologetically. The spark that ignited this financial firestorm came from none other than journalist Stephen A. Smith, who suggested that Mayweather had quietly filed for bankruptcy after falling victim to a massive embezzlement scheme. But Floyd, a man who's faced more controversy than most face opponents, fired back the only way he knows how, with swagger. There were no spreadsheets, no accountants on stage, and no detailed breakdowns. Just Mayweather, standing tall, saying, his name is the brand, his lifestyle is the legacy and reputation. He defends it the same way he won his titles, with perfectly timed punches and unmatched confidence.
Humility.
I'm not here to talk about your personal life. When we talk about, you know, what's going on inside that square circle, I'm the best. No matter how you rate it, no matter how you cut it, no matter how you slice it, no matter if you go to 100 years back, 300 years back, all the way to now, there's only one best, and that's Floyd Mayweather.
Mayweather didn't hold back when addressing his critics. To those calling him a fraud, he fired back with conviction. "I've spent years building my name, my brand, and my family's legacy, and I'm not about to let anyone tarnish that." But he didn't stop there. Floyd used the moment to spotlight his real estate empire, claiming not only is it real, it's thriving. "I went from 8 figures to 9, he said, highlighting that his mission now isn't about titles or belts. It's about building wealth that lasts for generations. Boxing may be behind him, but Mayweather says he's just stepped into a new ring, real estate. "I'm still learning every day, just like I did in boxing. But now my goal is for my kids to be better than me. And that, to me, is the real victory."
People into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
While some people are eagerly waiting for Floyd Mayweather to fall, the man just keeps rising, quite literally, from private jets to penthouses to multi-million-dollar deals. And honestly, if this is what bankruptcy looks like, maybe someone should hand us the playbook. Now, let's be real. Mayweather doesn't always get the respect he might deserve. Sure, there's a long list of reasons to critique him. The former 5-division world champion has been at the center of many controversies. In fact, a large part of the boxing community blames him for the sport's current obsession with the undefeated record, a mindset that often leads fighters to dodge dangerous opponents just to keep their zero intact.
You can do the same. It's all about making power moves.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them. We're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. This is what we do. Come on. You know what
The extreme commercialization of boxing, where money often outweighs the quality of fights or the entertainment value for fans, is a trend many trace back to Floyd "Money" Mayweather. Even with rumors swirling about a possible bankruptcy after allegedly losing over $400 million in a real estate scheme, claims he's firmly denied. Mayweather's name still echoes wealth and opulence in the boxing world. That said, love him or hate him, you can't deny Mayweather's place in boxing history. He's considered by many as one of the greatest to ever step into the ring. Perhaps the greatest, at least when it comes to pure skill, defense, and fight IQ. And if you ask Joe Rogan, discipline is what truly separates Floyd from the rest of the pack.
All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
Success always demands sacrifice. You give up something to gain something. Total balance and absolute greatness rarely go hand in hand. And when it comes to boxing, Floyd Mayweather is a living example of that trade-off. As Joe Rogan put it while speaking to outdoorsman Cameron Haynes on episode number 316 of the JRE podcast, if you look at Mayweather's career, he might have been hit clean, really hit, only 4 or 5 times. That's insane. And he's right. Mayweather wasn't just defensively gifted, arguably the best in history. He was also a master of discipline. Rogan only briefly touched on it, but for many boxing purists, Floyd's relentless work ethic and almost monastic focus were the real foundations of his greatness.
To the IRS, how much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this, he makes so much money, there's probably
What made Floyd Mayweather truly remarkable was his discipline, even when surrounded by temptation. He would go out to clubs and parties to enjoy himself, but never lost focus. He didn't drink or smoke, and was even known to run home from the club in the early hours just to get in his cardio. The Olympic silver medalist was so dedicated that he wouldn't even drink cold water before a fight, believing it shocked the body. This relentless discipline is what helped him win every fight he stepped into. Even today, at 48 years old, the American legend remains active, regularly taking part in exhibition bouts since his retirement in 2017.
There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats.
The power of discipline and just how far it can take you is perfectly illustrated by the legendary lightweight twins from Dagestan in MMA. During a conversation with Joe Rogan, Jon Jones revealed the brutal fight week rituals that make fighters like Islam Makhachev and Khabib Nurmagomedov so exceptional. They're disciplined, Rogan emphasized. Khabib, of course, is widely regarded as one of the most dominant fighters in MMA history, while Islam Makhachev is the current lightweight champion, the pound-for-pound king, and is gearing up to fight for a second title.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
But success in the sport comes in many forms, as Jon Jones's story shows. Widely regarded as one of the greatest fighters ever, Jones openly admitted to partying hard the week before his fights, even getting blackout drunk. Surprisingly, this ritual helped him handle the pressure. I had this crazy thing where I'd party 1 week before every fight, Jones told Joe Rogan on the JRE podcast in 2016. It sounds stupid, but it was my mental crutch. It took the pressure off if I lost. I did it throughout my entire career.
Look at this. Look at all the diamonds. That's millions of dollars worth of diamonds. I mean, that's
crazy.
bonkers. Yeah, he's like a professional baller.
Like that watch right there is not like, I wouldn't wear it because it's not my thing.
Yeah.
Even if, I had it, I wouldn't wear it. It's just not attractive to me.
No, I'm not into blinged out watches either.
Nah.
I like mechanical watches.
I would go out, get blackout drunk, and waste myself, Jones confessed. My logic was that if someone beat me, at least I could look in the mirror and say, I lost because I got hammered the week before the fight. I still trained, but I definitely felt invincible. The GOAT contender then asked, what do you make of Joe Rogan's praise for Floyd Mayweather's brilliance? Meanwhile, Manny Pacquiao is surrounded by even more controversy. Besides his recent allegations against Floyd Mayweather, his comeback to the ring seems to be stirring more debate than support.
You're gonna live like
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no...
Figured it's really a trick. He gets these people to box with him. They have no business boxing with him, and he's making millions and millions of dollars doing this way after his competitive career is over. Needs that money. That money has to keep coming in. If you're going to live like this, it's absolutely he needs money. Once again, come on, fighters like that always.
In a move sure to spark debate, Manny Pacquiao has been reinstated at number 5 in the WBC welterweight rankings, as he prepares to challenge champion Mario Barrios on July 19th. The 46-year-old is set to end a 4-year hiatus from the ring, aiming to dethrone Barrios, who is 29. Pacquiao last fought in August 2021, losing by unanimous decision to Yordenis Ugas in Las Vegas. He will return to the same city for his upcoming bout against Barrios. In the latest WBC rankings, Pacquiao sits at number 5, with third-ranked Conor Benn and top-ranked Devin Haney placed above him.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion, so who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. That's a tremendous fight. It was released, PBC. Manny Pacquiao first title was the flyweight WBC, and he wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
Widely regarded as one of boxing's all-time greats, Manny Pacquiao is the sport's only 8-division world champion. In July 2019, during his second most recent fight, he defeated Keith Thurman to become the oldest welterweight champion in history at age 40. Now, at 46, he aims to surpass his own record when he faces Mario Barrios. Having participated in exhibition bouts throughout 2022 and as recently as last July, Pacquiao is invoking his right as a former champion to demand an immediate title shot. According to WBC rules, all current title holders must defend their belts against qualified challengers, which includes any former WBC champion.
But when I realized, the doctor said that but in every training that you have, it will come back, the pain.
So against Floyd in the ring that night, did you feel handicapped where you couldn't throw with that, that hand?
I feel like, I'm disappointed in myself because when I'm throwing punches in the 4th round, because he's leaning on the rope and then attacking him.
WBC President Mauricio Sulayan announced last week, at this time, Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao in July. That's a tremendous fight. He added that Pacquiao, who won his first title at flyweight with the WBC, now aims to retire as the WBC welterweight champion. Beyond boxing, Pacquiao is also known for his political career in the Philippines. He served as a senator from 2016 to 2022 and ran unsuccessfully for president in 2022. Now he is planning a return to the Senate. Back in 2015, undefeated Floyd Mayweather earned $300 million when he outpointed Pacquiao in a highly anticipated fight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Pacquiao later revealed he had entered that bout injured and fought through 12 grueling rounds.
ジャブです。
はい伺っている感じですね、パッキャオは。左から右、ね、パッキャオは。後ろキック、もう一度、左のボディ。さあ、これで2人に汗が光り始めました、マニー・パッキャオ。飛びつ。そうですね。右ストレート、それに合わせた。左のパー。ワンツー。はい。左のボディ、アンポ、左のフック、左のジャブ。
Both men, now retired from professional boxing, have toyed with the idea of a rematch. For years, the prospect of a second fight seemed to gain traction when Pacquiao appeared at an MMA event on New Year's Eve at the Saitama Super Arena in Japan. There, the 8-division world champion hinted at a major fight happening next year, but initially hesitated to name his opponent. After being prompted by Ryzen CEO Nuyuki Sakibara, Pacquiao said, "Next year, I hope to see you here in Japan with a big fight against Floyd Mayweather." Mayweather, however, stayed silent on the surprise announcement. Until recently, the 46-year-old called Pacquiao's comments crazy, but stopped short of confirming whether the two legends will face off again in 2024. Speaking on the Pivot podcast, Mayweather said, "When Manny spoke about that, he shouldn't have. Because there's a time and place for everything. I'm not going to say he's right or wrong. I don't have to say anything, it's just so crazy when he spoke about it."
A fight on points because he ran from you so much?
When I reviewed the fight, I threw a lot of punches than him, and then I connected more than he connected. But you know, like I said, I know how to accept loss, and I respect the decision of the judges.
Do you? But you still thought, you said after the fight, you thought you
in
won.
my heart, if you ask me, of course, I still.
Mayweather hinted that the promoters behind the possible mega fight rewarded him handsomely after Pacquiao's early reveal. He said, "Just for him, mentioning my name, they handed me a $4 million check." Now, I don't want to single anyone out, but remember, Pacquiao rose to fame because people believed he might dethrone the champ. Did that happen? Not at all. Was it a simple task? Definitely not.
Starting my pressure to him, but I feel like when I throw my hands, I feel like I cut my hands. You know, I feel like I don't have my right hand. So
got it.
So
you're basically fighting with one arm, one hand,
yes,
right?
So and then I feel no pain because of, I think because of your adrenaline is high. So but I feel like I don't have a arm in my. I feel like it's cut
off.
Yeah, cut off.
I got it.
In
So
my right
despite that, did you feel like you?
In November, Mayweather revealed plans for a rematch against John Gotti III following their contentious first fight. The bout was originally scheduled for Las Vegas on Super Bowl weekend, but the NFL's biggest game came and went, without Mayweather stepping back into the ring. It seems a high-profile rematch with Pacquiao might have taken precedence. That's all for now. For the latest news, highlights, and updates from the boxing world, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss new content. Catch you next time. Peace.